Ellis Island was really the first immigration station that was built by the federal government for the purposes of regulating the people that were coming over. During the busy season of the year, you could get as many as 5,000 to 6,000 immigrants being processed a day here. We don't sure when the busiest day exactly was, but we know that the busiest year was 1907. It was over 1 million immigrants that were processed in this building. The immigrant experience on Ellis Island during those peak years, it was not a pleasant one. You would be put through a battery of medical exams. They called it the line, sort of like the assembly line at a factory. But when you talk about that many people coming through, being that close together, I'm sure there were cases where you didn't have something when you arrived on Ellis Island, but by the time you went through the process, you'd been exposed to quite a few things. If you were going through Ellis Island, you would be labeled. And sometimes those labels don't correspond to how one would label oneself. Even though the numbers of Welsh people that are recorded are quite small year to year, I have a sneaking suspicion that a lot of Welsh people were coming over and they were being labeled as English. Bob Hope, the comedian and actor, immigrated as a young boy in 1908 with his mom and his siblings. His mother's name, her maiden name, was Avis Towns. And she was from the town of Bury in South Wales. If you look at her manifest, her ethnicity is listed as English, and her place of birth is listed as Bury, England. Because she was a woman, perhaps, and she had married an Englishman, perhaps because she had been living in Bristol, perhaps because she didn't speak Welsh and she was speaking English. These are all factors that could be lost when you take a very three-dimensional identity, a multi-dimensional person, and you put it on two-dimensional paper. We lose something in that. And those of us who are doing the research now, we're decoding that at a time when you see 1.5 million English people coming over from 1880 to 1924. You have around 400,000 Scottish people. Again, you're only seeing about 50,000 Welsh people. We don't know an awful lot about the early days of Samuel Ellis. He came from Wrexham, and he was an innkeeper and a merchant in Manhattan. In the early 1770s, by 1774, he bought this little island. He opened a tavern on it. In 1806, Samuel Ellis's great-grandson deeded this island to a man named John Barry. And 2 years later, the state of New York finally said, oh, we're just going to need to buy this island from you. Like, we're using it, but you own it, and that's kind of weird. So they paid John Barry $10,000, which is the equivalent of about $250,000 in today's money. So if I'm reading the story right, the Ellis family held on to this island, which didn't prove to be all that profitable for them. And 2 years after they gave it away, the money came in. The American experience is undoubtedly richer because of the Welsh presence here. And there are some communities that are victims of their own success in a very ironic way. Because perhaps the Welsh were mostly speaking English and they fit inside that Protestant religious community, they never really stuck out. There's not a little Cardiff anywhere in New York, but there is a little Italy, and there was a little Syria, and there was a little Poland and a Ukraine village, and people cling to those neighborhoods and those communities and newspapers that are printed in their own language because they face discrimination and exclusion in the broader world. And that's something, I think, because the Welsh were here so early on, that they didn't really face that same kind of challenge. And so when Americans hear a family name like Griffith, Jones, or Owen, we don't think Welsh, we just think American. With Italians or Poles or Russians or people from Jewish community, we might be talking about someone's grandparent or somebody's great-grandparent coming over. With a lot of people of Welsh heritage, we're talking great, 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 etc. grandparents coming over. And we have remarkably short attention spans. I think that's probably one of the reasons why the Welsh influence isn't as highly regarded as it should be.